All right, let's get started. So, would you mind stating your name for the cameras, please?
My name is Ira Schab, S-C-H-A-B.
Thank you. So, can we start at the beginning? Where were you born?
I was born in Chicago, Illinois.
Did you have any siblings?
And I had two brothers, Alan and Ted.
And were you the eldest, the middle?
Yeah, I was the eldest.
Okay. And what were your parents like?
You know, I can't tell because I don't remember.
Okay, that's okay, no problem. Do you remember what it was like growing up during the Great Depression?
No, not particularly because I was just a kid.
Yeah.
Daddy, so you were born in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
1920.
Yeah.
And when did your parents move to Whittier? Was that before or after the boys were born?
Oh, I don't remember whether it was before or after, but it was in about 1926.
Okay. So, Dad?
Yeah.
So you went through the Great Depression. Did Granny and Grandpa Schab, did they have any troubles during the Depression?
Yeah, putting food on the table.
Mm-hmm. And did you and your brothers ever go with your parents on a run for the bank?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know what we were doing because we were just with our folks, but we went with them.
Yep. And your parents lost everything, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
So, do you remember what age that you joined the service?
18.
18. So, why did you join?
Nothing else to do. I couldn't find a job.
And you joined the Navy, correct?
Yes,
Why?
because I like the Navy.
Like the Navy?
My dad was Navy.
Oh, okay. And do you remember what basic training was like?
I went through basic training at Great Lakes, Illinois.
Okay. And was that your first time away from home?
Yep.
How was that for you? Do you remember?
Oh, I got used to it real quick.
Yeah.
When did you have your first peanut butter sandwich?
At about 7 years old, I'd say.
And where were you?
And at home in Whittier.
But you were in a bread line, weren't you?
No, we were in our house.
No, you told me the nice lady in the bread line gave you a peanut butter sandwich while Mom got groceries at the food line, huh?
Okay.
He believes it.
Yeah.
And so when you joined the Navy, part of the reason why you joined the Navy is because the Great Depression was still going on and finding jobs was hard.
Yep.
You said at one point, you told me that was the most impulsive decision he ever made.
So at what point, I understand you were a part of the Navy band, especially Band Unit 13. How did that happen?
At what point, what?
How did you come to join the Navy's bands?
Well, I was a musician that played. My dad taught me to play tuba when I was 4 years old. And as soon as the Navy thing got in and I got old enough, I was playing regularly and consistently, so I joined the Navy band. I said, I know how to play the tuba, can you? And they said, yeah, we can use you. So I got in and played a musician in the Navy.
Very nice. So you started off playing the tuba, but I think, did you play other instruments as well?
Oh, yeah. I learned how to play them all.
Wow.
I started playing trumpet at 4 years old.
Wow. What was your favorite?
Oh, a tuba.
Yeah.
It's just kind of big and unwieldy, but it was a favorite.
And when you were a part of Navy Band Unit 13, what instrument did you play? The tuba?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And what did you have to do to get in to be a Navy musician?
Interview with the Navy band, Commander Charles Benter, who was a Navy bandmaster, the chief of the Navy musicians.
And you had to audition, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was with the tuba.
Mm-hmm. How long has music been a passion of yours?
Ever since I could remember, about 4 years old.
Was your grandma a musician?
Oh yeah, she was a concert organist, pipe organ soloist. She would give recitals, pipe organ recitals.
And play in the silent movie houses, huh?
Yeah, and play for the movies, and we didn't have talkies as they called them in those days. And the sound was played by a live musician sitting at an organ bench, looking at the screen and playing music as they saw the activity going on the screen.
Wow.
And did you ever sit with her?
Oh yes, lots of times.
So you got started with music pretty young, huh?
Yeah, I was about 4, 5, or 6 in that neck of the woods.
And how old were you when you gave your first recital with the tuba?
I'm sorry, how old was I when I gave my first recital? What?
With the tuba.
Oh, good heavens, I don't know. 20, 19, something like that.
I have pictures of you at a concert when you were quite young. Do you remember? You had to actually put the tuba on a stool.
That was very early on.
It sounds like you came from a long line of musicians, because you said your dad earlier helped you.
Oh yeah, Dad was a musician.
Yeah. Wow.
Dad played in the Great Lakes Navy Band.
Oh, okay.
A unit band when he was up at the Great Lakes during World War I.
Oh, wow, okay. Okay.
And that's who encouraged him to try for the Navy band, huh? Grandpa said you should audition, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
He recommended somebody that I should audition too, and as I remember, I auditioned and was given a go-ahead to continue on.
So what were your normal duties in the Navy band?
Rehearsals in the mornings and afternoons, and concerts in the evenings.
Okay. And after you rehearsed, what did you have to do?
Oh, polish our instruments and get everything to shape and shined up and ready for the concerts.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, you enlisted in the Navy. You were playing for the band. When did you arrive in Hawaii?
Oh golly, I don't know.
What do you recall anything? Is there anything that stands out to you about your time in Hawaii leading up to the attack?
No, I just liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I liked the climate, and I liked the environment, and the kids around me were good musicians, and I enjoyed being around good musicians.
I know, so can you tell me a little bit about the friends you made while you were here?
We all had mutual interests, so they were pretty much like me.
What do you remember doing with your friends?
Oh, we'd go and make a liberty here and there, and go visit an exhibit someplace, maybe a museum or something like that, and just go on a walking tour around the city.
Nice. And I also know that your brother was stationed here as well, so you had your friends and your brother.
Yeah.
Which brother was this?
That was Ted.
Ted? Okay. And he was a radio man?
No, Alan was a radio man. Ted was a what the heck was Ted? Ted was a machinist mate.
So all three of you were in the military then?
Yeah, we were all Navy.
Nice. So you talked about how you had some friends with mutual interest. You had your brother here as well. You talked about going to some of the museums. Was there anywhere else that you'd like to go to when you were on Liberty?
No, we just set up a plan, and then you follow it and go and proceed to register our impressions.
Sure. He had two brothers.
He is you're the eldest, right?
Yep.
And Ted went to, what was it? Not Canaveral, but something in Florida.
The Naval Air Station.
But I don't remember in Florida, but he was in Florida.
Yeah.
Trying to build his ship, whatever it was.
The Ben Franklin.
There you go. And then Uncle Al, you hit the island in December 1940, right?
Yep.
He spent December 1940. Where were you on December 1940 for Christmas?
On the beach with some friends of ours.
Right in the middle of Waikiki, huh?
Yep.
Yep. So, your Navy band unit, right?
Yep.
Navy Band 13?
Yep.
Who was your best friend?
Oh my.
I have pictures of y'all running around the island.
Ralph Jensen.
No, it's true. And
Oh, as Ole.
did you guys get into trouble? Not too much, because you were banned?
Yep. No, we stayed out of trouble.
So, you say that, but I'm just going to ask, what was your favorite bar?
Good gravy.
Was it George's?
George's was in Waikiki.
And did y'all go there to drink pretty regularly?
Yep.
Had a nice view of Diamond Head, huh?
Oh yeah.
So leading up to December 1941, can you walk us through the days leading up to the attack? Do you remember anything in particular?
No, not particularly.
Do you, at the time, were people concerned with the war? Was the Navy preparing you guys for war?
No, we were concerned that there was a little activity was beginning to show a little bit, but that was a concern that we had. Nothing alarming until it really happened.
Okay. So, would you mind telling us what you witnessed and experienced on the morning of the 7th?
Let me see. I was just coming down. I was getting my uniform and the stuff put away because I was waiting for a visit from my brother. And that's when all hell broke loose, and we were into our ears.
You were stationed aboard the Dobbin.
Yep.
That was near the USS Utah?
Huh?
The USS Utah?
I didn't understand you.
Oh, the Utah.
Oh, Utah. What about her?
From the Dobbin, you could see the USS Utah?
Oh, yeah, you could see it. Yeah, they were right stern to bow to stern.
As this was happening, do you remember some of the feelings you were experiencing?
No, just alarm and alert to make sure that we didn't get in the line of fire or anything.
What do you remember? What was your job during the attack? What was your battle station?
First aid.
First aid?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the day of the attacks, so you get out of the shower, you get yourself up into your whites, you sit down, you go to have a cup of coffee, you hear noise, you head up topside. What happens when you go topside?
I see this bomb blasting outside of the passageway when I went to the top side.
And what ship did you see at that point?
Oh golly, I don't remember.
Was that when you saw the Arizona blow, or was that when you saw, what was it, the Utah or the Oklahoma?
No, the Utah was the first ship I remember seeing, and she was capsizing.
And then they sent you to a battle station where you were loading ammunition?
Yep.
And so you're down there. Now I always remember the story that you told that you have weird thoughts when you're in emergency situations, because at the time all you could think is, I'm going to get in trouble for getting my whites dirty. right?
Yeah.
Because again, band.
Sure.
But what did you do at that point? You were part of like a fire brigade, yeah?
Yeah.
Where you passed the,
Passed ammunition, yeah.
yep. And how much did those boxes weigh?
About 200 pounds.
And how much did you weigh?
170, 165.
Nah, you weighed $130 back then.
Oh,
You were skinnier back then, Papa.
I was a runt.
Yeah, it'd be pretty strong though to be able to lift those boxes, huh?
Well, and I don't, Daddy.
We were in good shape.
Well, yeah, but also you do what you got to do, and afterwards you go, "Wow, how did I lift things that weighed more than me?" Huh?
Yeah. You do what you got to do, that's for sure.
So, after the attack, do you remember what was going on?
Well, just follow up on Medicare and all that sort of stuff. Make sure that they follow on medications and treatments were carried out properly.
Do you remember how old you were in 19?
Yeah, I was 18, 19.
Okay. So that's very young.
Hell yeah.
It's a lot to experience at that time.
Oh, on the day of the attack? Yeah, I don't know.
Uncle Al was supposed to meet you, huh? Was that what you were going to do that morning?
Yeah, that's right.
You were going to take your little brother out on the town and show him Honolulu, huh?
Yep.
And you had just sat down.
I was just tying up my uniform.
Yep. Started to have a cup of coffee, didn't even get to finish it, huh?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
How did Hawaii change after the attack?
Oh, just got, I can't think of the word. There's a word I have for it, but it's sort of here we are, give it to us, we'll take care of things.
Uncle Al was up at Wahiawa. He was a radioman.
Yeah.
Wahiawa. And Uncle Ted was actually Pensacola. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Pensacola, and they were building the Franklin, right, or putting together the Franklin, or he was trained.
Yeah.
I don't remember what.
Building a,
But when did they go underway?
what?
Do you remember when the Franklin actually got underway?
No, I sure don't.
December 9th. They were eager to get out there.
Sure. What did you do after the war?
I went to the naval station in Pearl Harbor. The Naval Air Station.
Mm-hmm.
Did what I was told to do.
So I understand that you served throughout the entirety of World War II. Can you tell us about some of your experiences?
But I didn't follow you too well.
So what are some of the things you remember serving during World War II in the Pacific?
Oh, no, not much. Being able to take care of things that had to be taken care of.
Were you still in the band at that time?
Let me see. I'm not sure whether I was or not. I could have been. I'm not sure, though. I don't remember.
That's okay. Okay. And how do you think your service and wartime experiences affected your life?
Well, it led me to obey orders and to put the trust in my leaders.
So, Mr. Schab, we usually like to share these oral histories with students and young adults. So what message would you like to convey to those young adults?
Participate, take part in it, and try to plant it in your memory so that you don't forget stuff.
Do you have anything you want to add or any other experiences you want to share with us?
No, just participate, get involved.
What do you want kids now to know, remember, or understand about Pearl Harbor?
What it stood for, actually, and it was a place of honor because that's where the thing got started.
And you lost a lot of friends on the air.
Oh, yeah.
Because you knew that whole band, huh?
Yeah.
Was it? I think it was Band 22.
Mr. Schab, 2 days ago you participated in the pass and review ceremony at the 83rd Commemoration ceremony. What was that experience like for you?
Oh boy, remembrance. Fond, old memories.
Did you see some familiar faces?
A few.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you who or which, but I saw a few familiar.
In the pass and review, how did you feel about that?
Patriotic.
The 83rd Remembrance a few days ago, Pop.
Yeah.
Do you remember? How was it getting to render honors, especially with Carl and Chrissy standing with you?
Hard to say. Devotion, honor, being able to be a part of something that's so official.
Was it good to have the kids with you?
Oh yeah.
Your two retired
Sure.
military children?
Sure.
Were you proud of them?
You betcha.
Yeah. I think they were pretty proud of you too. I have to tell you that I was proud of you because, and I know that Roddy was very proud of you because he worked for weeks, 8 weeks, with his physical therapist so that he could do a stand and salute because he was determined that that's what he was going to do. And that's the thing, Dad. How do you do things? You plan, you do, and you execute.
Yeah.
Just get it done.
Get her done.
Yep.
Carl, would you like to add how it felt for you to participate in the pass and review?
So, I was really very proud of him, proud of the work that he did to prepare for it. When he found out he was going to be a part of it, he was really, really energized. And it made a lot of his day-to-day in the weeks before the ceremony. It made it more important for him to do the things that he needed to do. He really had to work to be able to stand. And we weren't sure until the moment that we were actually going to be able to do it. But in the end, he insisted, it's my honor and my duty to stand. So I'm very, very proud of him for the work that he put in to do it. Because I know it's not easy.
No, I mean I hurt my knee on the way before we left, and I'm sorry, he was doing little pulse squats.
Oh wow.
Like 20 of them at a time, and I'm like, I can't do that right now. But yeah, he really works hard with her, and she, you know, we have these things through the VA, right? And you know, we are blessed that, you know, he is getting older and he's slowing down. Sure. But when he has something that he decides he's going to do, when he has a goal, he just does it. And that's one of the things about, you know, coming out here is that when he is determined that that's what's going to happen, we will move heaven and earth to make it happen.
Yeah, and so will he. He's he frequently he and I have talked about this before. Absent a goal, I'm not sure how long this goes on, but he does this. He says, I'm going to go to my 105th birthday, and then he does it. And every year at his birthday, I say, so Pop, we going to Pearl Harbor? He says, yes, we are.
Oh, good.
So,
Well, and
yeah.
you know, it was coming out here was rougher. He had some medical issues before we came out.
Yeah, you knew about that.
Just pain-wise, and
Yeah.
that's just not fair. But even after all of that, and after everything else, he told Carl that he wants to come back again.
Yeah. Several times after the ceremony, he said he was coming back next year.
So those are all of my questions. I just wanted to thank you so much for sharing
You're
your
welcome.
incredible story with us today. It's an honor to meet you and hear about your experiences. You lived through some of the most defining moments in
Yeah.
our nation's history, and your courage and dedication remind of why it's so important to preserve
Okay.
these memories. So we really appreciate your time.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you for your service, sir.